Welcome to Fun with Phonics. My name is Miss Thompson, and this is second grade Fun with Phonics. I'm so glad that you're here with me today because today we're going to continue learning about our double vowel teams as well as other spelling patterns that make the long E sound. Can you guys say that sound with me at home? The long E sound. There you go. To get us started with our lesson for today, we're going to do three things. We're going to start off with our spelling and sound patterns, and then we're going to recognize those spelling and sound patterns that make the long E sound, in addition to our vowel teams, and then we're going to learn about some sight words. To get ready for our lesson, please grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and let's get ready for showtime. Take about 7 seconds to go and grab your sheet of paper and a pencil. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Let's jump in. To begin, we will start with our spelling and sound patterns. These are the spelling and sound patterns that we've already learned about. We just need to practice. Are you ready? Here we go. E-A, eat, E. E-E, jeep, E. E-Y, key, E. I can't hear you. One more time. E-Y, key, E. For our R controlled, A-R, car, R. U-R, burn, E-R, her, For our consonant letters sounds, G, game, G. K, kite, K. X, fox, S. R, rat, R. And some of our suffixes. N-E-S-S, ness. That's a mouthful. Let's try it again. N-E-S-S, ness. Good job. E-R, and ed, ed, or id, or t. L-E-S-S, less. Now that we're all warmed up with practicing some of our spelling and sound patterns that we've learned already, let's think about some of the spelling and sound patterns that will make the long E sounds. Okay? We already learned yesterday that EE, EA, and EY are vowel teams that make the long E sound. This time, I want us to think about other spelling patterns that might also come together to make the long E sound. Take a moment to write it down on your paper. I know you got it. Sending you positive vibes as you write them down. Okay. Now that you've had a chance to write them down on your paper, I'm going to show you the other spelling and sound patterns that I want you to check to make sure that you've got at home. So in addition to the EE, EA, and EY spelling patterns that make the long E sounds, the letter E can make the long E sound as well. The letter Y can make the long E sound. And finally, a VCE or vowel consonant E can make the long E sound. If you did not get these 3 extras, go ahead and take a moment to write them down on your paper. They will help us a little bit later today as we build words with the long E sound. Let's consider these spelling patterns as we think about how to spell the word feed. You guys say the word at home, feed. Good job. As we're considering how to spell the word feed, we want to consider the sounds that we hear in the word, as well as where do we hear those sounds. To help us with that, let's get our tapping hand out, our friendly tapping hand. Let's get our friendly tapping hand out. Lift it high, nice and high. You got it? Awesome. So I'm going to get my fingers all ready and I'm going to massage them out to make sure that I can move them the way that I need to while I'm tapping out the word feed. Okay? You guys do it along with me. Feed. Feed. Good job. Now I need to think about how can I spell the word feed, and I need to use my knowledge of what I know about the spelling patterns that make the long E sound. Well, I know about my vowel teams that make the long E sound, and I know about the B, C, E, or vowel consonant E, EY making the long vowel E sound, and Y making the long E sound as well. And I'm going to do process of elimination based on what I already know about these spelling pattern rules. I know that I cannot use Y or EY in spelling my word feed because I know that both of these, the EY and the Y, they both come at an end of the word. Let me say that again. Whenever we see EY or Y, it usually comes at the end of the word. And I just tapped out the word feed. And as we tapped it out, we did not hear the E sound at the end. We heard a D sound at the end. So these spelling patterns will come out. My next option is vowel consonant E. And I know that vowel consonant E would not work because vowel consonant E is an open syllable word. And I know that feed is a closed syllable. And when I say an open syllable, that means that the E is at the end of the word. And because the E is at the end of the word, the word is not being closed in by a consonant, or the vowel in the word is not being closed in by a consonant. The E is just hanging off on the side all alone with nobody there to support it. And in the word feed, I am nice and tight inside of there because I have a consonant like my D or the D at the end of the word feed that's closing in on my long vowel sound E. So I know that my vowel consonant E would not work, so I'm going to throw that out. So now I have E, EA, or EE. I'm going to continue to do process of elimination to think about feed and how to properly spell the word feed using what I know about long vowel sounds that make the sound E and their spelling patterns. Similar to my vowel consonant E, I can't use the E here because I know that feed is a closed syllable word and feed has my E hanging out there with nobody there to support it. So I'm going to cross this out. My next option is EA or EE to spell the word feed. And I'm going to think about it because this is a little bit tricky. And I'm going to think about which one or which spelling pattern between the EA and the EE looks just about right. And based off of what I usually see when I'm reading, feed is spelled F-E-E-D, not F-E-A-D. So I'm going to cross F-E-A-D, feed, out. And spell feed correctly using F-E-E-D to spell feed. We just spelled a word. We just spelled a word. We just spelled a word. We used our knowledge about what we know about the long E sounds to be able to spell the word feed. Now we're going to use our knowledge of what we know about sight words to help us to think about how to spell sight words. For today, we're going to focus in on 3 sight words that's going to help us to be able to read and write. They're called sight words because, do you know? You probably know why they're called sight words. You should be up here with me. All right. They're called sight words because you have to think about what the word is when you look at it, because based off of how it's spelled, it does not make the sounds that it should. Let's think about it. The first word that we're going to practice with is the word whose. You guys say it. You can even add the extra motion to go with it. Your turn. Whose. There you go. So when we think about the word whose, we hear the ooh sound. And we know that the spelling pattern that come together to make the ooh sound is a O-O. But whose is not spelled that way. In fact, are you guys ready to find out how it's spelled? I'm about to show you. Whose is spelled W-H-O-S-E. Whose. The word whose has 5 letters in them. And again, it does not have the O-O making the ooh sound. It is spelled W-H-O-S-E. Take a moment to use your pencil and paper to write down the word whose. As you write the word, make sure you say the letters inside the word, such as W-H-O-S-E. Whose. Your turn. Give it a try. We just found the letters. We just found the letters. We just found the letters that go to whose. We just found the letters. We just found the letters. We just found the letters that go to the word whose. So let's find some more letters that are going to go with the word sun. The second sight word for today is sun. You say it. Good job. Sun. Sun is an interesting word because it could mean 2 different things. I could use it in a sentence like such. My son is 8 years old. Or I could use the word sun in a sentence like such. The sun is out shining bright. The reason why it's a sight word is because when we see the word, it doesn't make the sound that it should make based on how it's spelled. So we just have to be paying close attention to knowing how to detect the letters in the word to be able to better read it. So for the word son, it's going to be used in, like how I said it in the first sentence. My son is 8 years old. Let's take a look. Here we have the word sun. It is tricky because we hear the short U sound in the word sun, but notice what's in the middle there. That's right. The O is in the middle. And we know that O makes the ah sound. But for this word, sun, it's going to make the sound. And we're going to read it as sun. Sun has 3 letters. S-O-N, sun. Take a moment to write sun on your paper. As you write, make sure you say the letters while writing the word, like such. S-O-N, N, sun. Your turn. We just found our letters. We just found our letters. We just found our letters for sun. Good job. Our last sight word for today is really exciting because it makes me happy when I think about it. The sight word is one. And the reason why it makes me happy is because the way that it's used, it suggests that a person is either winning a contest, they're being victorious, or they were successful at doing something. And whenever I'm successful, that always makes me happy. And I know that when you're having feelings of success, that's probably making you happy too. So the word one should bring happiness to you. But also remember that it is a sight word because it doesn't make the sounds that it should make based on how it's spelled. Take a look on how it's spelled. The word is one. You say it? Good job. One has 3 letters, and the letters in one are W-O-N. One. Again, the way that this word is spelled, one, it suggests that you're feeling successful or you are victorious in a competition or something that you worked on. Again, the word is one. Take a moment to write the word one on your piece of paper. As you write, be sure to say the letters in the word like such. W-O-N, one. We just found our letters. We just found our letters. We just found our letters to one. Oh my goodness. You were such great helpers today. I really appreciated all of your enthusiasm during our episode. Not only did you think really, really hard and work really, really hard in thinking about all the spelling patterns that make the long E sound, but you also were my helpers in thinking about the letters that go into our 3 sight words. Those 3 sight words were whose, sun, and one. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.